Hey everyone, Adrian Morrison here, and in this video I'm going to break down something for you that so many people get confused about, and I'm going to make it super simple for you. So what we are going to talk about here is called lookalike audiences. Now, this is a more advanced way of marketing on Facebook, and it does take some time before you're able to actually use lookalike audiences. Now, I'm not talking about time in terms of months or years, but maybe like 2 or 3 weeks into your advertising. And you're going to see this is a really cool stage of marketing where you can actually have Facebook go through and find your target audience for you. So what happens is Facebook actually starts to take a look at your visitors, your customers that added products to their cart, and even your buyers. And they study and analyze the gender, the age group, the interest, all sorts of different things, and they will build you what's called a lookalike audience and say, hey, you know that cat product that you were marketing for the past 2 weeks? Well, we looked at all of your clickers, all of your add to carts, all of your buyers, and we've created some audiences for you of people that are very similar to your past customers. So the great thing about that is you don't have to do any targeting. Facebook puts all of the people that they feel are the most qualified to buy a specific product based off of your past data in an audience for you. Okay, so if that doesn't make sense, don't worry, I'm going to break it down for you. All you really need to know is Facebook will create audiences for you that are bullseye targeted, but they need time and data in order to do so. So they'll sift through all of the people on Facebook, and they'll put the best of the best of the best in an audience for you. So here's how it works, okay? So first things first. You have a person visit your website, okay? You're going to have a person visit your website. They're going to click on your ad, and they're going to view a product. So when that person clicks on the ad, they hit your product page. All right, now they may read a little bit and browse a little bit, and once they decide, you know what, I think I might want to buy this product, what happens is they hit that little add to cart button. You've done it, I've done it, we've all done it before. You click on an ad, you take a look at the product, and then you add it to your cart. Okay, so that's the second step through the sequence of e-commerce. And then once you add it to your cart, then you go to checkout, and once you check out, you hit the purchase page where you get your receipt and all of your order information. You know the process, it's common knowledge, right? So the step is step 1, they click on the ad, they visit your product page, they add the product to the cart, and then they purchase the product, okay? Now, the most common practice that people use for creating audiences is custom audiences. So you can actually, and you've already learned about this, or you should have already watched the video about this, where you can create custom audiences. And this is just an audience of all of your past visitors, right? All of your past clickers. And what's important about that is you can go in and you can use those audiences to retarget people. So that's the most basic way to use Facebook audiences, where you can collect all of your clickers, all of your add to carts, and all of your purchasers in their own custom audiences. So these are actual product visitors. So I'm talking about actual people that have visited your website, people that have actually added a product to the cart, and people that have actually purchased. And you can put all of these customers into what's called a custom audience, okay? So that's the most basic way of doing things. Now, as you know from my previous videos, it's smart to create custom audiences because you can go in and retarget that visitor audience and in the add to cart audience, and say, hey, for those of you that never followed through and bought the product, you backed out, here's a second, a third, and maybe even a fourth opportunity to become a buyer, to actually buy this product. So that's how retargeting works. Y'all already know that, so I'm not gonna focus on it, okay? But these are audiences that have actual people that have truly visited your website, or truly added a product to a cart, or truly purchased a product, okay? These are real people that have visited your website. You can stick in audiences. Now, the advanced thing is called lookalike audiences. And this is where Facebook starts taking a look at all of those visitors, all of those add to carts, and all of those buyers. And they'll sift through all of Facebook and they will try to find people very similar to these three categories: visitor audiences, add to cart audiences, and buyer audiences. So what Facebook will do is they will allow you to create what's called a lookalike audience, where they will go through, look at this data that we have on the screen here, look at your visitors, look at your prospects, that would be your add to carts, and look at your buyers. And they'll say, okay, we believe we have found a group of people that are very similar to your past visitors based off of the age, the demographic, the location, and the interests. And they will actually create a targeted audience for you. Like literally, automatically, they will create an audience for you, and they convert like fire, okay? But you do need some past visitors and so on for Facebook to study. Because if you go in and you have 20 people visit your website and you say, okay, Facebook, make me a lookalike audience. Find me out of the 198 million people on Facebook in the United States of America. Based off of these 20 people, I want you to find the most similar people in the USA based off this data. Facebook can't do that. They can't look through an audience of almost 200 million people based off of 20 past visitors. So I say that you really do need 1,000 or more clickers to your website. After you get about 1,000 people visit your website, Facebook can, probably have enough data to create you a good lookalike audience, okay? And then the next step is, of course, add to carts. Now, more people are going to visit your website that are actually going to add a product to cart, because you have a lot of just curious shoppers. They go into the store, but they don't actually ever, put anything in their shopping cart. So you can create a lookalike audience off of your add to cart audiences. Now, this, I think we all could agree, is a far more targeted, higher quality list. That being an audience created based off of everyone in the past that added your product to a cart, okay? Because they took that second step, right? They made some sort of commitment. Maybe they didn't buy, but they almost purchased. That makes them a more valuable customer or prospect than a visitor. So Facebook will take a look at all of the people that have added products to your cart, and they will create what's called a lookalike audience from your add to carts. These are going to be more higher quality targeted audiences because they're based off of that add to cart data, which is more valuable. And then last but not least, you're going to have a purchase lookalike audience. Now, this is going to be people that are lookalikers based off of your buyer data. So it's going to take a lot longer to get enough data to create one of these audiences, because clearly you're going to have more people visit your website than add a product to the cart. You're going to have more people add a product to the cart than you are going to have people that buy the product. So each step it's going to fall off a little bit, So I would say you need at least 1,000 clickers before you create a decent lookalike audience from your visitors. You need about 500 add to carts before you create an add to cart lookalike audience. And I would say you really do need about maybe 250 actual purchases before you create a purchase lookalike audience. Now, the reason that you need that you can have a less as you go through visitors, add to carts, and purchases is because the quality of the data is higher. So, I mean, it's just going to be, you can afford to create audiences with less data if you're looking at higher quality data, okay? So as the chart shows, somebody visits your website, first they view your product page, then they add a product to the cart, and then they purchase the product. You can create custom audiences that take those visitors and put them in their own audience. Take those people that added a product to the cart and the buyers and put them all in custom audiences. But what we are talking about in this video is lookalike audiences, where Facebook takes a magnifying glass and they literally sift through everybody on Facebook and they keep in mind who visited your website, who added products to cart, and who actually purchased. And they try to find other people that are very, very similar by demographic, age group, interest, and so on. When you get to the stage where you can create lookalike audiences, I mean, it's just next level stuff. I mean, think about it. You've got Facebook building your targeted audiences for you. No keywords, no age group targeting, none of that stuff is necessary because Facebook says, hey, we looked at all of your past visitors and buyers, and based off that data, we feel like this group of people that we've selected for you are the most likely to actually purchase another one of your products in the future. All right, so it's just really amazing what you can do with lookalike audiences. And they are exactly what Facebook calls them. They are people that look similar to your previous visitors, add to carters, and buyers. And they lump them together for you. And you can go in and create ads, bullseye targeting people that Facebook say, hey, we think you should really hit these people with your ads because we feel like they have many similarities to people that you previously ran ads to and ended up turning into prospects and buyers. All right, so I hope that this clears up what lookalike audiences are for you. And in this next video, I'm going to show you how to build a lookalike audience. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to build a lookalike audience. It's really easy. It's only about 3 or 4 steps to create your lookalike audience. And I'm telling you, they convert like crazy if you have allowed Facebook to accumulate enough data before you create them. Remember, the more data that Facebook has, the better the results are going to be. You know, the more they have to go off of when looking for your lookalike audiences. And that's why I said to create a visitor lookalike audience, you need at least 1,000 clicks to your product, and add to cart about 500, and buyers about 250 buyers before you create a purchase lookalike audience. Okay, so that's it for this video. Go ahead to the next. I'm going to go live on Facebook and I'm going to show you exactly how to build a lookalike audience.